What are the disadvantages of a disclaimer trust? Have you ever wondered about the potential downsides of a disclaimer trust? While they can offer some benefits, there are several disadvantages to consider. Let's break them down. First, one major drawback is the strict timing requirements. The surviving spouse or beneficiary must decide to disclaim assets within a limited time frame, usually 9 months after the death of the decedent. If they miss this deadline, the disclaimer becomes invalid. This can be especially tough during a time of grief, leading to rushed decisions that may not align with the estate plan. Next, there is the loss of control over assets. Once assets are disclaimed and placed into the trust, the person who disclaimed them loses direct control. This can create issues if the surviving spouse later needs access to those assets or wants to change how they are managed. Unlike other trusts, disclaimer trusts often do not allow the surviving spouse to change beneficiaries easily. Another important point is the irrevocability of the disclaimer. Once a decision is made to disclaim assets, it cannot be undone. If circumstances change later, the surviving spouse cannot reclaim or reassign those assets. This rigidity can lead to financial challenges if their needs change. Additionally, setting up a disclaimer trust can be complex and may involve significant legal costs. It often requires the guidance of experienced estate planning attorneys, which can add to the overall expense. The complexity can also increase the risk of errors, especially for those who are not familiar with estate law. Family dynamics can also be affected. Since a disclaimer trust requires the surviving spouse to actively refuse assets, this can lead to tension among family members. Some may view the disclaimer as harmful to their interests, potentially causing disputes or strained relationships. Moreover, assets in a disclaimer trust might still count when determining eligibility for government benefits like Medicaid. This could impact the surviving spouse's or beneficiary's ability to qualify for these essential benefits. Lastly, disclaimer trusts can be risky in blended families or remarriages. The surviving spouse might choose not to disclaim assets, which could alter the intended distribution of the estate, especially if children from previous marriages are involved. In summary, while disclaimer trusts can provide flexibility and tax advantages, they come with strict timing, loss of control, irrevocability, legal complexity, potential family conflicts, and risks related to government benefits and blended family dynamics. These factors requiring careful thought and professional guidance to ensure the trust aligns with the family's long-term interests.